Good day, viewers. Welcome back to the Preaching Humanist with David Oliverio. That is I. I want to discuss, does religion create healthy societies? Does it promote goodness in particular societies? And so forth. So I get this from believers every weekend through the many years of talking to them. They believe that the more Jesus, the more church, the more gospel, more religion and Christianity will create healthy societies. I used to believe that as a young preacher many, many years ago. I thought it would help. I thought that it would cure social pathology or diseases we have in society, such as homelessness, murder, homicide, drugs, and all the ills that we see in society. I thought that the more Christianity, the more Jesus, the more Bible, and the more churches would remove this social pathology. Let's look at facts and data. Now, first of all, I got to tell you some of these stories because I get these people come up to me every day, or every weekend at least. A guy came up to me at Lady Bird Lake the other day with my humanist signs and my keep church and state separate signs. And he was looking for a fight, as usual. And of course, I tried to give him some data, which I'm going to give you now, on how secular societies worldwide actually decrease social pathology and help increase and bring forth healthier communities and so forth. And of course, he did this. I get it all the time. Put the fingers in his ears, like back when my kids, or now my grandkids do. They go, la, 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 la. He did that literally. And he said, no, I don't believe it. That is a liberal or a humanist lie. It's a conspiracy. I know what the Bible says. Things do not get better with secularism. Only Jesus makes things better. I remember taking some guys with me to the state capitol a few months ago, and we were out holding our signs up of secular humanism and atheism and so forth. And I was walking off to go to Starbucks to use their restroom, and behind me I heard a group of people. It was a young family. And they had read the signs up that the guys were holding over at the Capitol, and they made some comments. And little did they know I was walking in front of them. And one of the young men, I think a teenage boy, said to his father, he says, "Oh, Dad," he said, no, we don't need that secular stuff. We need more Jesus to make the world better. That's what we need. I couldn't resist. You know me by now, I couldn't resist. So I turned around and I smiled. I said, "Folks, I don't mean to be rude or interrupt, but I happen to be with this group over here, and I noticed that and I heard what you said. And I tried to explain to them about data and facts, right, which I'm going to go over, that more Jesus, more Bible does not create these healthy societies, nor does it remove social pathology." So let me get some info right here. I like facts and data, and let's go with it. Overwhelming consensus here. Social pathology in Christian America. Here we go. Compared to 30 other modern Western industrial countries. Now, we're talking about Western Europe, our Scandinavian friends, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and so forth, France, Germany, and so forth. Compared to these other 30 modernized Western civilized countries, the United States, keep in mind, we're supposed to be God's country. We're supposed to be the highest percentage of Christians, which you would think would create healthy societies. The United States has by far the highest rates of social pathology, as documented by the following indicators. I like quantitative data and indicators. Let's look at these. Number one, homicide rate. Thou shalt not kill. It says it in the Bible, David. And if you didn't know the Bible and the Ten Commandments, what is keeping you from killing somebody? Would you believe I have people actually say that to me? Don't steal, don't kill, don't cheat, don't lie. We know that. We've known that for thousands of years prior to religions as a social animal and a group species. We know these things. 15 to 20 times higher, the homicide rate in the United States compared to the more secularized countries in Europe. Interesting. It doesn't work, folks. It does not promote healthy society, this religious stuff. Number two, execution rate. All these other countries have already abolished capital punishment. We're left alone here. The United States of America, Christian country, 65 to 70% of people believe in this Christian God, and they get their morals from the Bible, they say. We're the only country left that still executes people. Thou shalt not kill. Okay, right. Number 3, incarceration rate. More residents in jails, prisons, and penitentiaries in the United States than all the other civilized Western countries. Number 4, drug abuse. I used to do this as a young preacher in the 70s and 80s. I'd tell people, I know you have a drug problem. If you turn to Jesus, if you bow your knee and surrender your life to the Lord, He will deliver you from drug abuse. Oh, I talk to people that are struggling with drug abuse and alcoholism that still believe in God often. And they tell me about AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, and so forth, these different Christian higher power methodologies of helping them to remove these addictions. They still have an addiction. The power of God hasn't completely healed them. They're always going to be an addict, right? But let's look at the facts right here. Drug abuse rate. The world's number 1 illegal drug market is right here in Christian America. Here's another one. Number 5, military budget. You know, there's a major correlation. Through the years of being an atheist and a secular humanist, I've noticed, and most of you know this, that those that are strong in their faith in religion and Christianity tend to be the ones that love the military more. They tend to be the ones that love war more. They tend to be the ones that want more guns and violence. I had a client years ago, a lady about my age, an older lady, and I remember in her living room, she had a holster, like a cowboy holster, right, with a little six shooter, whatever it's called, a little pistol, right? And inside this replicate of a pistol, wasn't a real one, there was a big Jesus cross. There was a little Bible emblem, symbol. There was a God Bless America. There was all this pro-military, pro-Christian with a gun. And this is supposed to be the religion of peace and love. It just fascinates me. So military budget. And I don't have my little pie chart here, but most of you know that our budget in the United States, money of our tax dollars go, over 50% go to the military. It exceeds the next 15 countries combined. But yet we're the Christian country. We need more Jesus, right? More churches, more Christianity, more religion? No. Compared to people overseas, they have less military budget. Number 6, military sales, creating weapons that kill. They're designed to kill other human beings. Military sales exceed the next 8 countries combined. This is really hard for a lot of people to understand, but these are facts and data. In fact, just remember this one not long ago, downtown Austin had a preacher approach me with my signs. He's a nice guy. We started talking, and I tried to explain social pathology to him, the differences of secular communities versus more religious communities. And he was a good guy. I tell you why. He conceded. And he said, you know what, David? I have to agree with you because I've looked at the facts. And I told him, man, why can't more people be like you? He goes, I just don't get it. I don't understand. I said, just keep reading, keep thinking. You're on the right path. Now, these are not the only indicators. A few more and I close. Other indicators include suicide rate. We're at the bottom of the barrel, folks. Maternal mortality rate, infant mortality rate, teenage pregnancies rate, probably the highest of all these countries. And yet, Christianity wants to promote abstinence. Abstinence works. Tell them it's a sin. You can't have sex before you're married. Save it for marriage, folks. It doesn't work. You've got to teach people. That's what secularism does. It's based in science, reason, and education. You teach people how to be safe and how to be free from disease and helping young girls to not get pregnant. Abstinence doesn't work. Children living in poverty rate. Wow, big difference from here and overseas. Sexually transmitted disease rate is much higher here. Obesity rate. This is an interesting one. Now, how do you know about the obesity rate, David Oliverio? Well, first of all, there's a lot of things I don't know very well. But I can tell you there's a couple things that I know a lot about, and I've got a lot of experience in. One of them is Christianity, humanism, atheism, secularism, because I've been there, done that with Christianity. I've been an activist for years. I don't know everything, but I'm learning more and more. And the other area I know a lot about, I have a lot of experiences in, is fitness and health. Now, you can look at me at my age. I'm not obese. I'm a personal trainer. I've been eating healthy and exercising for going on 44, 45 years, way back in the 70s. So I do understand this concept. Now, here we are in America, which is supposed to be the best in everything because we love Jesus. We have the Bible. We have churches in every corner. Interesting to know the obesity rate in our country compared to the other Western countries. I've never been there, but I know facts and data. All you have to do is look at videos of people over in Europe compared to America. We're about one of the fattest countries. And I can say that as a personal trainer. I deal with my clients. It's interesting to know my fundamentalist Christian clients know about me as an unbeliever, an atheist, a secular humanist activist. And some of them are very obese. I'm trying to help them. Here the atheist is, no God belief, but yet I'm the healthy one. Don't understand that. Just like that preacher told me, I don't get it. How does that work? How do these secular societies remove social pathology better than Christianity? Keep reading and keep thinking. You're getting there. Let's see what else we got here. Abortion rate, wealth inequality rate, and drunk driving fatality rates. Folks, I didn't bring my Bible to show you. Here. I don't know what book this is. Don't read the title. Anyway, let's pretend like that's a Bible. Folks, this does not create healthy societies. I know there's some good in here. The Good Samaritan policy, feeding the widows and the orphans in their affliction, the book of James. I like all those scriptures. That's just human. It's humanism. All religions and non-religions, we all agree to take care of each other. But folks, holding this as absolute truth and fact and living by everything in these books, it doesn't work. We've got a better way. It's called secular humanism. So no, religion does not. The conclusion is, for me, with my experience through the years, it does not create healthy societies. Secular countries, secular societies are the way to go. So remember, let the light of secular humanism shine. Have a wonderful day.